I'm saddened to see that Chris Brown and Rihanna have gotten back together as it relates to releasing music. And what's sad about it is not the fact that they're putting on music together. People are working together. Again, it's a free country. People can work with whomever they choose. And of course, people are not saying that they're dating again. But to collaborate musically right now without mentioning anything relating to the past is problematic. Let's remember that Rihanna was blamed by many people for the Chris Brown situation. Let's also remember that there are folks on Twitter talking about Chris Brown can beat me any day, that they didn't particularly care. We completely glossed over a very strong example that we could have used to learn a lesson from as it relates to domestic violence. We saw people in the music world not saying anything short of the fact of I know them both and I support them. It was only Oprah and Jay-Z who really came out and said, you know, this is wrong and we need to really speak up on these issues. Usher had to take back his critique of Chris Brown being seen out on a boat shortly after this situation occurred. People at the Grammys were so happy to see Chris Brown back after 2 years, basically acting as if they were victimized by him not being allowed to perform. Look, I know we're supposed to be people who deal with the concept of forgiveness and people need to be forgiven for particular acts, but there's also something called contrition, and people have to see that people are actually remorseful outside of, you know, certain legal proceedings. And I haven't seen that as relates to Chris Brown. And Rihanna came out and did her interviews, and I thought she did a great job as a superwoman. But for them to just start collaborating right now with no comment as if nothing happened really just shows that this is a situation that's going to be glossed under the table and probably never spoken about again. So I'm not saying Chris Brown doesn't have a right to have a career, but what I am saying is that I wish that we would give more attention to these serious issues of domestic violence and not just wait a couple of years and act like nothing ever happened, because there are young people watching this every day and they're going to think that it's okay. It sends the wrong type of message.